You have reached the voicemail box of
Kino.
Just wait for the tone. The person you're trying to reach is not available right now. If you need further assistance, enter pound now. Please leave your name, number, and a message after the tone. Goodbye.
What's up, everybody? How y'all doing out there? I'm back. I missed you guys. Happy Monday. Hope you had a great weekend. Thank you, Tom. I say a happy birthday in the chat. It's been a bit. It's past now, but hey, we can all celebrate together and catch up. Yeah, I missed you guys. Lots to catch up on. How is everybody? Tom is here. Welcome in, Tom. Saf, hello. Paul, welcome in. Bunch. Salutations. Heidi, welcome back. Trailer's in the house. Welcome back, Trailer. Nice, Saf. Got records moved into the new space. Are you completely moved now? You've been at it for a minute. Now you want more vinyls. Tom, how is everything going in the preparation for the big move? Man, didn't I? Yeah, I did. I turned on Do Not Disturb. I know, I just heard the Slack sounds too. Let's pause them for a couple of hours and just chill. All right, where was I here? It's taken me just a minute to get back into the swing of things, but you know what? I realized this morning, you guys. I realized that I must love you. Because I sort of cleaned up my desktop a little bit for you. And I feel like in 2021, that's got to be a decent sign. It's a good indicator. I think it might be real love. Welcome in, Trailer. Hope you're doing well, man. Eric, how are you? Welcome in, dude. Zamertz. No, I would never clean my desk for someone, but I did move a few things around on my desktop because it was starting to get cluttered, so it's not exactly clean. I kind of pushed some stuff under the bed. FM bass. You've been working more on the grimy Nero sounds, Iggy? Children's Day, 1st of October. Wait, is Children's Day like a... Is that like a international holiday? I don't think I've ever seen it on a calendar here. Yeah, dude, that's just a couple days away, right? Yeah. Super close. Super close. Hey! Will is in the house. Sev Music in the chat, you guys. Hit the follow if you haven't already. Awesome. Yeah, Paul, something tells me you're done moving, right? We all saw the tour. What's up, Canary? How are you? I have no idea what we're doing today. It's just good to be back with you guys. I'm thinking maybe some kind of music or something. I don't know if you guys are into music or not, but... Tom says, yeah, I've been trying to make bass stuff, but add sessions after sessions, and now I'm almost all packed up. Yeah, hey, how is the mastering project doing? Liv, welcome in. Good to have you here. Thank you so much for the sub. I appreciate it. OhmLab mix a beat? Yes, please. Yeah, we can do that. We wrapped up the Marvel release, and I think the next big music thing is going to be like a dark electronic, somewhat of like a compilation kind of approach. So maybe we'll put something together today and start thinking on that. Oh, Tom, you met them. Well, that's fantastic. That is fantastic. Trailer, yeah, dude, we can do some feedback today. You guys can start filling up the Discord or whatever. Canary, yeah, we did. It was our last really big release for Audio Design Desk. And it's massive. It's gigs. It's like... I don't remember exactly, but it's huge. It's like 5 gigs or something. It's insanely big. And the most exciting part about it is I know that I already gushed about this, but it's been like almost a couple of weeks since I've seen you guys. And Nico's doing okay, for those keeping track. Negative on the COVID front. But anyway, the most exciting thing about the big Marvel release is that it proved at a really, really, really high level that the new audio engine and everything that we've built for Audio Design Desk is great. It is so much better than any of us actually expected performance-wise. It's like orchestrating in real time and allowing everyone in the orchestral pit to play what they feel is going to be best in the moment. It is absolutely incredible. It's hard to put words to. Hard to put words to. Check out post your links, scroll conspiracy. Wait, what? What's going on there, Samaritans? Liv is saying, OhmLab, at some point in the next month, I need to pick your brain about supersaws. Got a really good track, but can't get the main synths to sound right. All right. What are you using? What's your weapon of choice for your supersaws there? All right, Samaritans, I'm thinking that there's probably some pictures in the Discord that I need to check out, huh? All right. Post your links channel. Okay, cool. Awesome. Currently Serum. Okay, yeah, we can talk some supersaws. And can we give you and Saf some Discord powers so you can clear the spam? Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Anybody else want superpowers over there? Oh, that's not Discord. Where's Discord? Discord. Hey, trailer's happy. All right, well, first, before I forget about that, let's give some admin powers to some people. Let's see here. Where is everybody? There's Iggy. Oops. Don't you hate it when you click into a DM and you're like, wait, I don't want to click in there yet. I don't want to forget about it. I don't have time to look at that yet. Server, people. Okay, so view channel, manage channels. Here, I'm going to give you channel management powers, and then we'll add and take away stuff as we need to. Okay, so let's see here. Manager, we'll give you a bright, maybe like a bright yellow here, so I can keep track of you. Display role members separately from online members. Sure, yeah. View server as role. Okay, cool. So now we will put this for you guys. So this will be Iggy. And Saf, except for Saf is Nick in here, right? There you go. Oh, right. So Iggy and Saf, I'm calling you guys a manager right now, for lack of a better term. Let's vote on what we want. Like toss ideas around, because we get to call it whatever we want. But you guys are now, I guess, probably in full control. What could possibly go wrong? Mr. Manager. Mr. Manager. Ooh, and Zev, yeah. Let's give Will some superpowers too. All right, let's see here. Where was I? In here. No, not in there. In here, and then in here. And then in here. It's only 14 clicks. In 14 easy clicks. You too can have a manager. Zev, there you are. Boom. All right, cool. So now we've got some people to patrol. Yeah, so we had some assholio post a piece of spam. Apparently they were posting everywhere in Discord land. Bastards. Paul, Paul, yeah, we might have missed you on the way out. So a couple of weeks ago, all right, so backing up just really quick, we had Nico in a school, right? There was a little RSV outbreak where all of the kids there were sick, and he was really sick for a couple of weeks. We didn't like how they handled stuff, especially in the COVID era, and things were starting to blow up again here. So we, due diligence, best foot forward. We found a place, finally got into a wait list situation. We got through the wait list. We got him enrolled. He had his first day of school. He had a fantastic day, a truly epic day. And then right after we put him to bed that night, after his very first day of school, we got an email from the school saying, we have a positive COVID case in that classroom. It's being shut down for 2 weeks minimum. We'll be back in touch the next day or tomorrow, and stay tuned for more updates from the Oregon Health Authority. We never heard from them for the rest of the week. On Monday, we heard from them saying that there was another positive COVID case in another classroom. That one was getting shut down. And the next classroom down the hall was being shut down because they didn't have staff for it. So we're like, yoink. So we, actually the night that we got the first email, we started looking for other options. We finally, I know this is going to sound super freaking bougie, but we've hired a teacher, and we're kind of doing this in a share with a friend of his and his friend's little brother. Anyway, long story short, after interviews and working interviews and everything, we find a great candidate, we hire her, comes in, does the first full day with them, whatever. We go into the weekend, we come out of the weekend, we get a message from her, I've just tested positive for COVID. Well, actually, she sent in a message saying, I feel really run down, I'm not well, I don't think I should be there today. And we said, yeah, sure, take the day off. And then the next day we got the email saying that she had tested positive for COVID. So that's why I've been off the last couple of weeks, because it's just like boom, 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 time after time after time. Anyway, he's back today. Fingers crossed that everybody stays healthy. Yeah, so that's where we are. That's the big catch up. And somewhere in there was a birthday. There was supposed to be a stream with Imaginate on the birthday with like a sound pack giveaway for you guys. So we're going to get this reordered. We're going to get this back on the calendar for you guys. And we'll have to figure out exactly what's going on with our monthly wrap-up episode 2 with Saf. Saf, I need to reach out to you and see if you want to be on the show, whatever. Oh, and the other thing really quick I'll mention is that there's a few days left in the monthly challenge. So if you have not already done so, download the free pack this month. It is Warped ARPS 1. It's melodic ARPS this time, so a little change up. They're really eclectic and all over the place, but fun. And whatever you're inspired to make, come back and submit it by the end of the month. And you get another free sound pack. And we'll do some voting. I think it's the first of the month. I think it's the 1st of October that we're actually doing the voting this month. We'll look at that in just a sec. Samarit's is saying, check out the Post Your Links channel. Yes, yes, yes. Post your links. Whoa, wait a minute. Hold on a second. Squirrels put this here. Wasn't there last week. Squirrels rest. What? Oh my goodness. That's amazing. And it looks weathered too. Like someone moved it from a different spot. Or I mean, squirrels moved it from a different spot. That is fantastic. That is fantastic. And Trevi is here. Andy, welcome in, buddy. How are you? Missed you. Cardio is saying, people keep telling me to layer up at least 3 layers, but literally every time I've tried something like that, it just ends up a mess. Liv, we can talk about that. We can do it. And you don't actually need to do multiple layering of audio in the DAW. You really don't. We'll get there. Mr. Manager. Nate's here. Nate, welcome in, buddy. How are you, brother? Detune is fine. Layering more oscillators is fine, but remember that you need to have some form of enveloping to ensure the sound doesn't stay static, like some form of LFO envelope. If you use more than 1 octave, just remember you probably have to EQ some of the mess. Right, right. The Lord Guardian Sap, that's a good one. Yeah, if you're just looking something a la Porter Robinson, like nice, tight, and punchy, but really thick and energetic, we can get you there very quickly in just a few seconds, really, inside of Serum. They make it super easy. Roku, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yeah, Paul, it sucked. It sucked. Nate says, happy belated birthday. Omi, so grateful your amazing soul found this body of yours and we get to experience your presence. Nate, thank you so much, Omi. You are one of the best. Absolutely. Andy, thank you as well. Yeah, Paul, I do believe it is Friday. Let me just double check on the old calendar here. I don't know why Slack will not listen to my preferences. It like just keeps pinging me. All right, where is... Oh, there's my calendar. It's way over there. All right, yeah, so it'll be Friday this week. So you guys have 1, 2, 3, 4 days. 4 days to get your track done this month. And we will listen together and we will vote together on Friday. Yeah, I'm excited to hear what everyone makes because we've been doing so like really, you know, like percussive type stuff. Found sounds, Foley, stuff like that. Really simple and easy to fit in anywhere. So I'm excited to see what everyone's doing. Hey, Nate, is the date getting close? I see that mention of wedding planning in there. Roku says, OhmLab, I just finished building my Bitwig autoload with all my orchestral stuff. Man, it takes time to get it just the way you want it, let alone all the MIDI CC and key switching. How's life for you? Roku, I fully understand. And this is one of the reasons why Audio Design Desk will reign supreme in the world of DAWs, because we all have all of these painstaking workflows that we've built again and again and again because they get broken or need to be updated or everything needs to evolve, but it's a painstaking process and it's a lot to manage and the rewards are great, so we keep doing it. But wouldn't it be nice if there was just a tool that really understood you? Yeah. And it's getting really good, you guys. It is getting really good. Paul says, I had a blast planning my wedding and it worked. Oh, dude, Sensormorph Ace, 100% behind that one. I'm glad that you're going with the Sensor over the Seaboard. 100%. It's so much more. I don't even need to go into it. We could talk about that kind of stuff for days, but it's a much better fit for you. And it comes with, I think, like a light version of Bitwig or something. So, I don't know. Pro Tools. Excuse me. I think I got a case of the Pro Tools. Trailer says, I've completely flunked this month's challenge, but it's turning up that counts, I guess. Right? Right? I don't know. It's pretty hard to flunk one of these challenges. Oh, Liv. Hey, thank you for stopping by. It was good to see you. It's Mac only, damn it. Love the beta test. The fish. Oh, yeah. You can absolutely beta test when there's a Windows version. It's going to be a minute. I'm not going to lie. It's going to take a while for that. We have nothing against the PC market whatsoever. We're just writing... we're writing all of this stuff in really current modern language. It's super, super lightweight. We've got to... When we move this over to the PC side of things, it's got to be flawless, and there's just so many more pitfalls and variables involved. So we will get there. I will say though that this thing is going to reach a point where it's going to be worth at least putting together a hack and a Mackenstein, or whatever we're actually calling them these days, or just picking up a cheap Mac. It's a rare condition that only happens to engineers that drink the industry standard Kool-Aid, right? Don't drink it. Yeah, message Zev. Will is the gatekeeper currently. I know we've got a bunch of people really wanting to get into it before 2.0. So message me or message Will. Yes, Andy, you can. You can submit a double, absolutely, 100%. Wait. Okay, hold on a second. Let me read this one out loud. Can we make a double submission? I got carried away by making a song out of a sample and then sampling the song that I made with the sample from the sample. Roku says, stop opening warp portals. Someone's going to fall into one of your wormholes and end up someplace unexpected, not know what the hell just happened. Yeah, Paul, you know, that thought has crossed my mind about making an actual platform for it. It's also crossed my mind that an online tool, slimmed down version of something like that would be pretty interesting for people as well. There's a lot of spin-off products that are like actually realistic. Yeah. Nate, have a good one, dude. Can't wait to hear what you make. Sampleception, right? What's in your head? What's in here? What's in your heart? Okay, fair enough, Roku. Fair enough. If you're willing to consider a Hackintosh, we'd be honored to have you in the mix. 100%. I like pushing buttons. Maybe Andremia needs another sample button. Sample. You have to be able to feel it. The kid and I are talking about starting a little a rock and roll band. You know the song Flying Purple People Eater? For months and months he's been hung up on the line. He wants to get a job in a rock and roll band. And now he's convinced that it is the time. It is the time. It's not really going to be rock and roll. We've decided that it's going to be all kinds of music. But it's probably going to center around his lyrics. So it should be freaking hilarious. DJ Empirical's in the house. Welcome back, dude. How are you? At least have an ADD dedicated control surface. Well, it's funny that you mentioned that because it's actually fully compatible with Stream Deck. And it kind of aligns with this idea of, you know, have controller will travel, right? Just push a button and something appears in the timeline kind of thing. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like the black magic. Yeah. Sam Sampleson. A robot walks into a sample bar. Oh, so Liv was asking questions, but then she bailed, huh? Liv. All right, we will catch up with Liv. The art and science of super saws. Right, of course. Oh no, I wasn't meaning like, damn it, she bailed. I meant more like she had to bail. She bailed on us, guys. She bailed on us. Yeah, I don't really know what to make today, so let's just make some stuff, shall we? And let's get caught up in the Discord first. I'm always tempted to click on the monthly sound or submissions early. September 15th. Yeah, we listened to this on the way out the last time. Finally captured the sound of the old printer. I'll share sometime tomorrow. That was this one. Nice. That's actually a great sound. And you know what? I think I'm going to use that. We're working on a new Transformers thing. Yeah, that right there would be so it's such a nice, steady, like, on the mark rhythm. This is great. Thank you, Seth. Public sound design. Zen Papa says, Twitch alert sound I'm working on. Happy for any feedback. Wow, okay, I'm playing this one again. Oh, this is great. Okay, so let's reply to this one. I think this is great. I do think that the bass comes in abruptly, though. I love it when people make their own Twitch alerts like this. We need to. Man, Whiskey, if you're around right now, I'm so sorry that that happened to you with the Steam thing. Public collaborations. Bitwig users. Hey, speaking of Bitwig users, Roku, Michael, who's a fantastic human being and musician, is looking for other Bitwig users out there to collab with. Some public feedback. We'll click on that in just a sec. Live stream topic requests. Saf, everyone picks their favorite movie or film or video game, and I have to pick one sound from it, and Chris has to redesign it in stream. Okay, yeah, sure. Make a sick drum and bass pack in stream. Okay, cool. Yeah, we could do both those things. Request for live interviews. I think I saw this one already. Black Moth. I don't know that I ever reached out to them, though. I will do that. Request sounds. I don't think there's anything new in there. All right, cool. Let's do feedback. We listened to all of these the other day, right? Yes, we did. All right, so this next one is from Trailer. Says, this is my next release. release Asteroid Mission Zero. I've been working on this mix for a few days and feel I've reached the limits of my ability here. For release, it will have some dialogue over the top, but would love to hear what you think of the mix. And yeah, of course, Dropbox links is fine. Let's see what this thing sounds like. Cinematic vibe. I really enjoy that wind down there at the end. Okay, a couple things. One, this is great. Really liking the timbre of the bass. It's a really nice sonic palette. It's really good. You always have a really nice mix. I feel like it's not low end across the board because there's a really nice, like really well leveled sub bass throughout. It's more about, I think it's the bass instrument itself. I think it would feel like it's a bit more grounded and has more weight to it if a little bit more low end was being let through on it. And I think that it would add a little bit of punchiness to it as well. The ARP stabs that are mostly in the right channel, I think they may start moving around at some point. Or perhaps I tuned out a bit, but anyway, I think they might be just a touch too loud. Maybe not across the board, but at points it becomes a little distracting from the melodic elements, like it's fighting for some attention or something. So it could just be a couple of things. It could be that the horn synth here could use just a little bit of love to create some more harmonics up top to help it kind of stand out. Or the ARP stabs might need to come down just a little bit, and then, excuse me, and then the horn sound, excuse me, my goodness. Those were the two things that kind of really stood out to me mix-wise. As far as the arrangement, I think it's really fun, and it's got like it's almost got like a hybrid feel to it, like movie video game kind of a feel to it. I like this. Let me check in and see what people are saying here. Oh, well, there you go. Roku has all the answers about the supersaws. Boom. Right there. Destroy FX back in 99. I'm not sure. I might have to look at one of them to actually say for certain. Ooh, yeah, Roku. Hit Michael up in the Discord on the collab channel. I bet he would love to hear from you. Oh yeah, Matt Hodgson. Yep. Oh, hold on a second. Omri hosted Mycelium Symposium. I love that name. Featuring several artists using VCV with hardware, Bitwig and Ableton and DAWs of choice for that crew. Yeah. Roku, I know. Isn't it crazy? It's been out for years now, and it's ridiculously awesome. Yeah, I know the sound design capabilities of it. Absolutely. If my days weren't as like mad scramble busy as they have been for the past decade or so, where I just don't have any free moments, I think I probably would have gone further down the rabbit hole with it. The last time I played with it, honestly, was version 1. But yeah, I would agree that Logic is pretty expansive as well. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough to argue against Bitwig in any way, honestly, because I think that it's really awesome. I feel like someone figured out how to meld the worlds of Ableton and modular synthesis together. That's what I thought the very first time I saw it. Trailer saying the low end was a big issue for me when listening on different speakers. Tried a bit of multiband compression, but I'm pretty new to that technique. Well, first off, when it comes to the whole low end thing, compression might not be the best option in general. If you're wanting to hear the low end more in something, it's better to treat it, try to generate harmonics or agitate it slightly in a way that allows it to stand out and feel more present. And I generally advise to do that over just turning something up or using compression. There's various reasons for that. That said, it's also I tend to advise people to try their best to use subtractive efforts before additive efforts, especially when it comes to mid to low range sounds, because just slower moving frequencies and whatnot. But you know, taking away frequencies and all of the other sounds that don't need to be there can oftentimes create the space and allow for proper energy distribution in the mix. Remember that the lowest frequencies not only move the slowest, but they're the hardest to move, so they take the most energy to move, right? They're absolutely taking up the bulk of the energy consumption in your mix. And if you start to think about it that way, then subtractive EQing and those kinds of efforts really start to make a whole lot of logical sense, right? Because you don't need to be spending energy on frequencies that are unnecessary in your mix. Plus, if you have multiple low frequencies competing in the same space in the same time, none of them are going to be heard the way that you want them to. More on that in just a sec. Roku says, does Logic have a modular synthesis built in or the capacity to modulate itself on itself while modulating itself? Yeah, it does, but it does have limitations because the built-in modulation stuff, as far as like modulating parameters and stuff, are mostly restricted to MIDI effects. So like the LFO is going to be loaded up on a MIDI channel. So it is what it is. Modulation, automation, integration, exclamation. Nice, Paul. Would it be cheating if we asked for feedback on the monthly challenge song? No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Yeah, people like this track, Trailer. Yeah, I love Alchemy. Oh, that's hilarious. It's not cheating, Andy, but you might be tempted to sample the feedback and cosmically vanish. That is hilarious. That is awesome. I've made an auto riff maker in Logic's environment. Yeah, Logic's environment is actually pretty good still. Felt the snare hit felt weakish. Love a bit more splashiness out of it. You know, I'm not sure if I tuned into the drums enough. Okay, yeah, I can get behind that. Actually, you know, I think what might be lacking in this whole mix, and sorry, I'm probably just a little slow on the uptake because it's been a couple of weeks. The drum mix, I would probably, let me go back to the beginning, closer to the beginning. Yeah, I'm surprised I didn't write anything about this. I think that on the cinematic side of things, percussion and drums have a certain level of expectation that sort of drives the, I guess, like the perceived power of a track oftentimes. And the drums in this one, compared to kind of the storytelling of the instruments, does kind of come across as a bit lackluster. So this is something that multiband compression can help with. It's also something that saturation can help with. There are actually a bunch of different ways that you can go about doing this, but adding a little bit more sizzle and pop to those drums, I think would be good. And who said that? Okay, so this was Roku saying it felt a little weakish, a little more splashiness out of it. Yeah, I think I would do a couple of things. I think I would start with a little saturation on the drums. And I'm not sure how much reverb is on these guys. they sound a little flat. I think a little bit more space for them would be great, especially with the kind of cosmic feel that this thing has. It feels like maybe everything else has a bit more space to operate in than the drums. So it's a movie trailer with a whole story that goes over the top. Right, got it. If you look at our DMs, I've sent you a link. Are you saying you sent me a link or you sent someone else a link, Iggy? Excellent. What is the dialogue, by the way? Is it just general movie dialogue or is it just spoken word or what? Roku says the only thing it misses is a scoring editor, but you can run a separate one on sync. Other than that, I don't miss anything. Best Switch I ever made in my career, and I've been on all the major platforms. Yeah, 100%. Everyone that I know that's really dug in to Bitwig has never crawled back out and doesn't want to, and rightly so. I don't think I would. I think to this point, it's the only thing that I've ever considered to be a logic killer for me, because I'm such a logic guy. But it's mostly on the sound design front. Cantabile, no. Yeah, trailer, what Tom is saying here, definitely look up the article that Tom wrote on all the saturation stuff. It's really, it's good. Got it, Andy. I do want the drums to really pop when they come in, like a change up of style, surprise the listeners. Have a bit of plate on the drums, but very little. Okay, okay. This is good to know. Fuchsia, yo, welcome. Welcome in. How are you? Maybe some kind of 80s sounding kick. Yes, okay, see, now we're starting to fit the theme. So this has a retro throwback kind of, I don't know, almost arcade kind of quality. Like it's tugging at the nostalgic heartstrings. Yeah, I think three things. I think that Tom might be right. I think it might need a different drum. This drum is a bit more explainer video. You know what I mean? It's leaving a little bit too much to be desired overall, I think. The snare can be the right snare. I think it's got to have a better kick, and then it's got to be in some kind of a space to really fit the theme. I think those are a few of the things that happen. As far as the saturation goes, you can try two things, depending upon what kind of reverb you use. You could try putting the saturation after the reverb. It's something you can do. And it's going to accentuate the space that it's in. And it oftentimes can provide a much larger feel for these types of drum tracks without having to go in and really massage stuff on a deeper level. Fuchsia, you are subscribed. Don't forget to go grab your free sound pack over on the Discord. This month is called Warp ARPS 1. Sweet. Okay, I will check out the link then. Tom, thank you. Spoken word like dialogue sections from movie along with dramatic trailer voiceover, dude. Okay, yeah, cool. Yeah, then you definitely want the drums to be more powerful. That's why I was asking about the voiceover, especially if it's like trailer dude talking, because now you have to match at least that kind of intensity, really. Doing well, Fuchsia. Doing well. We're just catching up here, because we haven't been streaming for the past couple of weeks. Just family COVID stuff. Okay, cool. Yeah. So if that is the vibe, then I would do this. I would ditch the kick, find a kick that matches the theme more than anything else. It should be really easy. and then try out some different reverbs, something that's a bit more expansive. And if you're worried about it being a bit too much, I'd say just massage it, and the biggest part of it would just be EQing the reverb tail, because I don't think that there's anything happening in that drum mix that would be bad to carry over and have a little bit of tail on. I'd send it up in a parallel so you can dial in with great specificity what each member of the drum section is receiving, and that's it. Listen to your reverb before you apply it so you know what it actually sounds like. Yeah, fuchsia, absolutely. You can drop something in the chat or in the Discord. We got 1-2 ahead of you, I think. Yeah, everything's okay, fuchsia. It's just it's just like 3 things in a row. It just sucked. The whole freaking pandemic thing sucks, but it is what it is. So, hey, what are you going to do? Let's see here. Discord. All right, cool. So I'm going to hit Andy's first because he posted it first. This one is from Indremia. It's called Warped. This one synth sound here, the kind of whiny one, I kept thinking this throughout the mix, but it'd be kind of cool to actually have a kind of a wash reverb on that, or maybe a combo like dotted something delay, like maybe a dotted quarter delay or something with like a big wash reverb on it that gets introduced periodically, like in these like long rolling waves or something like that. Nothing that sticks around for very long, because I think it would be a bit too like blurry and muddy, but just every once in a while, just kind of smearing it or like obscuring it in some way would be kind of cool. Elongating it, kind of. All right, love the glitchy feel that it has in the beginning. One thing I would say about the glitchy thing is I wish that there was just a little bit more in a couple of places. And I mentioned it in the claps down here. Maybe consider glitching them periodically in the mix or something. And maybe just a little bit of highlight on the highs in those claps would be really great. Detuning the reverb on those claps, I think, would also be great. At 140, I think that the lead is being crowded a little bit by a couple of the other elements in play. They're somewhat similar in timbre and frequency focus. So what I would probably do myself to fix that would be to move those elements off to the side just slightly and maybe take them both down by like a decibel and a half or something, just a slight drop. There will be a perceived drop as they move away from center, but also just bring them down so they don't become like this distraction from the center, right? And then the lead can kind of sit up on top of stuff a bit better. At 238, right around where that change up is happening, right in the middle, you might want like a little suck back or a little reversal effect there. I don't think it needs anything big like a riser or anything, but something to kind of help that transition there I think would be good. And I already mentioned the glitching on the claps. And I just want to say I love the detuning on this one. It's really good. It's got a really nice kind of sad hypnotic kind of a vibe thing going on. It's cool and drifty. I dig it. I dig it. Navrali, it is right there in the chat for you. And thank you for the follow. Orchestra Music and Pull My Lever, thank you also for the follow. I appreciate it. Missed those earlier. Yeah, you're right, Fuchsia. The whole freaking thing sucks, right? Yep. Trailer, anytime, dude. Always glad that the feedback is vibing with you, man. All right, we're gonna click on Roku next, and then we're gonna hop back into the chat for this link for Fuchsia. Mr. Sketty, what's shaking, my man? How are you? Welcome in. Yeah, you bet, Andy. Thank you for pleasing our ears. All right, let's get back over to public feedback for Roku here. If you're dropping links for feedback, drop them in the Discord so we don't lose track of them in case the chat ends up heating up. All right, before this actually plays, let's read what that said. This is going to be the intro to my upcoming EP. It's the first draft and spent 8 hours on the bassline drum programming. Nothing is mixed, just low cut, high cut to make some space. Mixing is not even on my mind yet. Cool. There's going to be a full orchestration over it, so I'm not worried about the soundscape yet. Okay, cool. Excellent. I've forgotten how to spell Queensryche. That guitar has an old school Queensryche kind of grind to it. How the hell do I spell Queensryche? I forget. Yeah, not a lot to pick apart here, man. I think that this is going to sound really nice once it's all mixed. And as it stands right now, structurally, this is great. It's a massive amount of dynamic range here. I love the less is more approach. I love the use of space. You set the stage wonderfully well with all of your ambience in the beginning. And those textures are going to pop. Those textures are going to sound really nice in there. And yeah, I was thinking maybe just a tiny little subtle riser to help there at 1/54th the transition, but then you say maybe a Screamin' FM thing, and yeah, man, I can dig it. And yeah, it's got like a, I was completely lost. I was like, how did they get clever with the spelling of that, or no? Anyway, it's got a really old school, like kind of early 90s kind of grind to it. The guitar bit there, it's really nice. And then the strings, dude, come on. Subtle percussive glitching. Really nice. Roku, I just love all your stuff, dude. That's really what it comes down to. Keep bringing this one back as you work on it. I like it. I really don't have anything to tear apart on this one. I really don't. I think it's sounding pretty good. But I really want to hear how you mix this. Well, let's go back and listen to this. I'm a huge Tool fan as well. Okay, so here's the difference between the Queensryche guitar and the Tool guitar in this type of situation, I think. In my opinion, I think it comes down to the old school Queensryche, or whatever we're going to call it, is like a grinding quality. And Tool, there's a bit of anger in it. It's not quite Rage Against the Machine. It's super, super tight and controlled. But there's like a touch of to it, right? So I think maybe just a little bit more edge to this guitar, and yeah, the angst. And I think that it might be, I mean, it's super tight and controlled, obviously, but I think that it might just be a matter of, maybe a little bit of clip and a little bit of overdrive combined at a really low level. Target frequency 8K. Something in that realm. Yeah, Will is saying reminds me of some Rage. Never Raleigh. I don't want to wreck your name. You want to help me out in the chat. I'm just reading your comment, man. This man made my music 10 times worse. Goals, right? Goals. Oh yeah, who didn't used to listen to Queensryche, man? Mr. Sketty approves. It is great work. I would agree with this. Roku, everything that you do is great, I think. Stepped away and missed it. Oh, Paul, it was a good one. You should definitely go back and listen. A little constant. Yeah, that's kind of my feeling. You know, and Roku saying I might reamp and parallel the guitars in a mixing stage. Yeah, that would probably be a good idea. The orchestra still needs to go over it. The guitars are just a pulse. Yeah, I still think that if you were to strip away the orchestra, I would want to dial in those guitars until you felt that they were absolutely perfect, because it already has the feel of like something really great. You know what I mean? Yeah, so don't skip past it. I think dial it in until you're really happy with it. And that's it. I ain't got nothing else, man. You got to bring it back. All right, so the next one, Fuchsia's up next. Here we go. This one's called Run, Can't Hide. And it's from Fuchsia.
Everything can happen in the night. You can run, but you can't hide. She's the baddest in place. Got the smile on her face. Everybody gon' chase. Do you have what it takes? Now you back at her place. She want it, she got it her way. Ain't got a chance to say. Looking for the next gotta play. Burning her flame. Blood in your vein. Under the rain. Remember the name. I was the one to blame. Got the live with the pain. Girl, you drive me insane. Got straight to my lane. How I made this fucking track. Calling on my phone, I'm like, baby, I don't wanna listen. Hiding in the dark, no shot, cause I got a tunnel vision. Money on my mind all the time, I have to make my decision. Money on the side for a reason. Calling on my phone, I'm like, baby, I don't wanna listen. Hiding in the dark, no shot, cause I got a tunnel vision.
He shoots, he scores. Dude, Fuchsia, this is great, dude. So you were only working on the vocals on this one, nothing else. Yeah, goal indeed, right? The reason I say this is because ask this. No beat. Okay, found it online. Okay, cool. So here's the thing. It's great. If you could get your vocals to sit on top of it just a little bit more, it's almost at that ideal spot, right? It's almost ideal where the vocals can be heard without competition in almost every part of the song. There's a couple of ways that you can do this. I'm assuming that you've got multiple tracks for your vocals here. I'm going to zero in on one of them.
I made this fucking track. Calling on my phone, I'm like, baby, I don't wanna listen.
Okay, so the lowest layer in this one, the octave down. Excellent, cool. I'll check it, Roku. The lowest layer here, I would accent that. It might not need to come up in volume. But this is a perfect candidate. That layer right there is a perfect candidate for the little overdrive trick that we always talk about here. It's probably the most simple thing that can help most bits in music stand out. Okay, so here's what you do. You find the sweet spot for that lower layer. We don't want to go too high up. Because we don't want it competing with the other vocal layers, and that'll bring me to my second point here in just a moment. So we're going to find the sweet spot here, and it's probably going to be around, like, I don't know, 1200, 1700, something like that. Tom, you can weigh in too if you think there's a good target to start at. Solo the track and listen to it in a few different positions and see what you're thinking. As far as the results go. You don't really even need to add any drive. This is just going to be for generating a little bit of harmonic overtone there to help it stand out. The other thing that I would recommend in this mix, who just did what? Andremia, it didn't even show on my little thingy here. Andremia, thank you so much. I really appreciate you, brother. The other thing that I would mention here is just the use of space. Okay, so let's go back and listen to this. So in these vocals that are off to the side, every once in a while, it feels just a little bit heavy, like a little bit of weight on the side. And I think that you've got just a little bit more that you can shave off the bottom end of whatever's being sent out to the sides. And if you're unsure how to tackle that, you can do a little bit of mid-side EQing on your vocals and just kind of shave just a little bit of the lowest frequencies out of the sides. and then leave the rest of your sound untouched. And I think that what you're going to hear, especially with the backing music put back in there, with the beat in there, you're going to hear just a little bit more clarity. And if there was one thing, I would say that's the thing that could be improved. Kwame, brother, thank you so much for the love. I appreciate it. And a hype train is close. You guys are freaking great. I missed you guys. And before I forget, a whole bunch of you, Tremties, Alexander Bick, Skeleton Keys, Photonics, Chaotic. Okay, now who's done what? Kwame again, strikes again. Of the Sphere's Music, which is Michael, Travis Ference, Maxifer, 22 Life Jacket, BGD&B, and Roku. You guys all have a fresh sub. Go hit the Discord. You have a free sound pack waiting for you every single month over there when you're subbed. This month, the free sound pack is Warped ARPS 1. It's a bunch of eclectic arpeggios, melodic in nature. They're all over the place. Whatever you are inspired to make, you come back and you submit it in the monthly challenge. Voting happens this Friday. When you submit anything, you get another free sound pack. And if you're a winner, winner, chicken dinner, you can be on the show. And that's the way it works. Happy birthday, you sexy scale. Thank you, Kwame. We all got to peek Kwame's Tinder over on Becky's stream recently. And so I can say right back at you. All right, let's see what people are saying. We got a little distracted here. Andy and Kwame, thank you guys. Appreciate it. Oh, it's for me, Fuchsia, the birthday. It's just, it's belated because of the whole COVID break. Saf says, I think the vocals could be turned up a little bit, or some more compression a little bit. I think that what we're talking, is yeah, we're trying to achieve the same exact thing. Get them up on top just a little bit more. Iggy, thank you for the biddies. I appreciate it. And thank you, Tremties. Fuchsia says, noted OhmLab going to do some mid-side EQing then. Do you think I should do it on the vocal bus or individually? I think you should do it individually. I think that anytime you're trying to create separation and space, and Tom, thank you so much. I appreciate you, man. Big love. That you should try to attack the things individually because it gives you more control. And there might be times in which you find that you're able to accomplish everything that you want, except this one little element still isn't getting the attention that it wants, or it's creating a little bit of conflict, or it's become distracting or something. So don't forget that you can automate stuff in your track. People forget just how easy it is to move something in the stereo field. It's just as easy to move something as it is to bring it up or down in volume. And that's the other thing, is bring it up and down in volume. Like, create more dynamic change over time by fluctuating the presence and position of things in your mix. And it will become more of a living, breathing thing. Right? When you stop and think about how stuff goes down in a live setting, what are you guys doing over here? Come on now. How am I supposed to talk? No, I'm just kidding. Oh man, more good people getting subs here. Tom, you're amazing. Saf, thank you. You're amazing too. You guys are flipping great, all of you. Zen Papa, Zandino, Timmy, Raid Zero, Sima GT, and whose did your go to? InScript Tech. Thank you all for joining the family. Don't forget to go grab your free sound packs over on the Discord. And while you're here, and check out the community drive too. We've got to update that this week. We've got to update it. These are sounds that are freely available for you to download, uploaded, and shared by other members in the community because love. All right. So anyway, I hope that this gives you some really solid feedback, Fuchsia. Your vocals are really good. It's not just a matter of like cheating your way into it with autotune. They're good. They're good. And what I'd really love to hear next is for you to come back with your vocals over a beat that you've made and see what it sounds like 100% you in one of these vocal productions, because I have a feeling it's going to sound dope. Oh, Tom is going to be on a plane on Friday. Tom, have you already turned in your submission? Oh man. Navarali, are you asking me what my favorite genre is? That's an unfair question. I can't pick. If independent could be a genre, then I like independent. What I really like more than anything is hearing people. Like that's where it stops. That I'm not saying like hear people play sax or sing or anything. I like to hear people. I like to hear the person come through in the music, or groups of people come through in the music, and understand how they're vibing off of one another. I like hearing innovation, genuine creation. That's what I love. Man, are you guys going to quit it or what? And I don't think there is anything over a tier 5. Thank you guys. I love you all. You're fantastic. But yeah, that is a very unfair question. I have no idea. Fuchsia says, you all beast in here. It's true. It's true. Tom says, happy birthday. I'm so glad I found the stream many months ago. Tom, dude, if I could tell you how many times you have come up in private conversations with other people in this community, you would probably be shocked. So I want to take a moment to just put the spotlight on Tom for a minute. Master Spy Iggy in the chat. This guy's a freaking hero, and he is a stand-up human being as well. I count you as a brother, my man. There are people in this community that absolutely adore what you do for all of us here. And I just want you to know that people know. And they talk about you. That's all. Tom says, I love this community so much. We love you too, dude. Oh, DJ Empirical. Dude, his birthday was yesterday. Okay, so we've got, are you a Virgo then? Is that right? I don't track signs all that much, but Saf says, kindness is my soul. I like that. Roku says, shit, it's raining. I have to get the laundry out. I'll probably be back in time. If not, just wait for me on OhmLab. Okay, I will. And it's raining here, and that couldn't make me any happier. We've had just a heck of a time with all of the fires and drought and everything. Never really. We're going to do it right now. We just had to stop for all this hype train madness. And you are up next, I believe. So, Fuchsia, you are welcome, dude. I'm glad that the feedback vibed with you. My favorite genre is music, says Tremties. DJ Empirical, you also kicked down. Dude, I completely missed that. Thank you as well for the gift subs. I appreciate it. Man, some great people getting some gift subs today. That's great. Andy says Dream Tech is the best genre. I shan't quit. I shan't not. Laundry is safe. Good. Okay. Allegromancer, thank you so much. Thank you. You guys are freaking great. Tom is spending his birthday on the 6th of October in a hotel room, quarantined all by himself, back in his motherland. I'll tell you what, we've got to make that decent for this guy. We've got to find a way, you guys. How are we going to do that? My favorite genre is sound. You guys are awesome. All right, back to the Discord. And more people are throwing down. All right, so we've got the Snow White picture here. This is awesome. Never Ollie. Navarre. I really don't want to wreck your name, man. So if you can assist in the chat. Here we go. I heart matcha too. It's like my favorite. DJ Empirical, thank you so much, and happy birthday to you, man. Okay, it wasn't just a tender intro. This was a really nice track here. This was quite nice, actually. A couple things. Cymbal swell at 35 can be a bit more bold. That said, I think what I would recommend on this one, and I have no idea where you are in the production process right here, so here's what I would recommend, is a solid volume remix on this. Pick the hero, I'm assuming that it's the piano, and bring that all the way up to like a -6 decibels at its highest peak, and then bring up the other players in the mix below it, but at an appropriate level. And as you're doing that, also find the best pan position for each thing. The piano is obviously the hero kind of throughout this thing, so maybe it just stays in the center, and then everything else can come up. And the reason why I bring this up is because it's a bit hard to hear the nuanced stuff. And once all that stuff does come up, you might, I'm not sure, because we haven't heard it that loud yet, but we might want to take the mechanical noises of the piano down just a touch, if they're feeling distracting in any way. That's it. That's it. There's really nothing to pick apart here. I would like to hear this again at like a full mix volume, though. The only other thing I'd like to check before I sign off on this one is just resolve. Yeah, I think it's really solid. I mean, it's a beautiful piece. So I would do this volume mix and get everything up to this level. And then, you know, you don't have a very busy mix here. You can easily get this up to a standard loudness very easily, even just through, I hate to say it, but even just through limiting, you could do this just to hear what it would sound like at a mastered level. I mean, it's a faux master, but it would give you an idea of the nitty gritty detail. If there's anything that's standing out as being a bit too present or whatnot. But I think you're going to really like what you hear at a fuller mix volume. Roku, yeah, I can hear that. I definitely hear that. There's the expressiveness of it. Yes, yeah, we can always find areas to improve upon in regards to how the sounds are delivered. And if we were to pick on one thing in that, it would be the expressiveness. And this is, you know, part and parcel with dynamic range as well. Just like how dynamic can you get in the delivery of your notes, in the delivery of your instruments. Yeah. But as Tom says, bootyful. This is good. Ooh, Zoom birthday party, right? There should probably be more of those, right, Paul? Man, I love matcha. Makes my world go round. Man, there's a lot of love in this room. You guys are great. Doing this for 3 years. All right, nice, nice. First time using a DAW on a PC. Been making music for 3 years on GarageBand iOS. Dude, seriously, if this is the first thing that you've made in a full DAW, keep at this. Keep at this, because that was good. And the more that you stick around here, the more you're going to get really, really solid mix tips and learn how to get your stuff up to an industry standard loudness while like protecting the integrity of your music too, which is a really, really important thing, right? Yeah. So thank you for sharing. It can be tough to share first works. So thank you for sharing. Oh, we haven't used the birthday button. Hey, wait, where did my birthday button go? Let's try it again. Why isn't this working? Huh. Well, it sounds like those triggers finally died. Yeah, weird. That's so funny. The one day that it's relevant. That's funny. I did notice, however, though, that I think they fixed the skipping music problem. Did anyone notice that? It's hilarious. I had to like re-authenticate myself with Streamlabs because I didn't stream for like 10 days. And so when I logged back in, I noticed that a few things had been fixed in those 10 days. There are like plugins that haven't worked in months that are working now and all sorts of stuff. Ben is here. Nanowires. Ben, how are you? How are you healing and feeling? Yeah. Nano, you did. They maxed out the level 5 hype train. And you missed it. Yep. They got me naked the whole 9 yards. I couldn't even believe it. You were doing jello shots. And you missed it. You missed it all. Streamlabs. 10-day equals 3 updates of Streamlabs. Probably. All right, so who's next? Roku is back, so I think it is Roku. All right, and he's saying this is song 2 on the EP. This is a bit more advanced in its progression already. I need to do some leveling on some elements. Certain things are too loud and some things too quiet. I might redo the string section because I feel the expression and dynamics are not saying what they need to. In terms of sound design, everything is there, but it does miss a guitar player. That's up in my schedule with a friend of mine to do a lead. Also, the flute work still needs to be added. Ooh, nice. Big project. 140 tracks already. Taking time with it. Already 5 months into this piece, but you'll get the feels from the previous track and how the story will connect. Okay, cool. No mixing done. Just basic leveling, panning, low, high, cutting on all tracks. Okay. Sounds good. All right, so as many of you know, I actually own a few different sound design and music production companies. One of them, which has been on hold for the whole pandemic, is Sound Freaks. And your Vanderpool, who's also just a fantastic human being and wickedly talented, goes by the artist name Yorgalad. And at the end here, Roku, I'm not sure if you're already familiar with his music or not. Shoot me a DM so I don't forget, but I'd like to send you a video of a live performance of his. I think that you would really, really dig it, and it's very much in line with what you're building here. Just because kindred spirits should be connected. All right, to the top. Really, really, really love this kind of minimal intro theme that you've got for the album. So many things bubbling right underneath the surface, like from the very first second. It's great. There were a couple of sounds in there that I felt like if kept at their present level, they're just going to be too dominant in the mix. The mallets, when they first come in there right at 115, I felt that. The bell, the first couple of times the bells sound off. The snares towards the end. Everything else seems to be really, really, really well balanced in this. A minute 34 in, this is over 8 minutes total. A minute 34 in, I'm thinking, what a fantastically complex palette you're already working with here. And I think the thing that stands out to me about this the most is that it works. It works. You've played conductor to a very complex orchestra. And you're getting the most out of them without anyone stepping on toes. And it just feels really good. I would say that this is hybrid. It's not dominant in one way or another. It's very cohesive and coherent. And I love that you've protected your the integrity of your idea. It's really, really nice. Anyway, the other thing about the snare, when it first came in, the very first thought that I had was, ooh, is that a little too bright? And maybe it was because of the mood when it came in, or maybe it is the snare, but it did seem just maybe just like a couple steps high. I don't know. At 309, I'm thinking, you know, when it drops out here, this breakdown here, I think that the kick could have just a little bit more depth. And then boom, second drum layer. There it is by 329. Mentioning the bells, feeling a little bit hot in the overall mix balance here at 404, but at 630, I felt that they were at the same level and they fit the full mix perfectly. I felt like they were just right at that ideal level. Man, so many good things to love here. That Kodo is awesome, and I'm wondering, wouldn't it be kind of cool if there was some tiny little subtle glitch on the actual Kodo just for like one note or something? Definitely feels like we're in the midst of a story in all of this. That single little triangle tap at 550, beautiful accent, loved it. Yeah, just like the snare rolls and stuff, I felt like it was like the marching snare. It felt a little bit big in the mix. I'm just catching up with chat here to see what else other people are saying. Trailer, this was Roku. Well done. That was beautiful. Everybody loves this. Everybody's clapping. Very good. Roku, this is amazing. Oh, good. You are familiar with Yorgalad. Cool. Yes, one of my brothers. Yeah, hence the leveling comment. I wrote, OhmLab, nothing is done properly. I'm just focusing on the writing. Yeah, gotcha. Exactly the things I felt about the mixing. So I'm on the right track with my mindset. Yeah, I think so. I think it's really, really good. You have, I know that you have put a ton of time in this, but regardless of what kind of time it's taken, I think that you've got a really fantastic intuition for bringing sounds together. I bet it's more challenging for you to make things sound bad than good. I have a feeling. All right, on to the next. All right, Kwame. All right, this one is from Kwame. Another whip. All right, you are here. Excellent. Here we go. This is another rough one. Got it. All right, dude. Hey, Aaron is here. Raid Zero. Raid Zero SF. Everybody click on that name. Follow him in the chat. Make sure you check out his streams. He's a bloody good time. Aaron, how are you feeling? Welcome in. Good to have you here. Kwame, dude, can I just start by saying you, sir, have upped your complexity game. You have found ways to make a couple of transitions in this one that I felt were struggles for you previously. And you've found some good static killers. Those are the change-ups, like when you're teetering on the edge of repetition in a track and you find a fun way to change it up without moving away from the theme you're currently grinding on. It's fantastic. You're doing great. I feel a level up in this track. So, congratulations. It sounds fucking great. All right. I went back and forth. On this. It's not the piano can come up or the keys can come up. It's a balance issue here, I think. If we go back to the very beginning, let's sort this really quick. I think it's a separation thing. Here's what I want to be able to hear in those keys, in that the really lovely kind of lush, floaty, kind of pulsing keys. That's what I want to hear. Is the nuance, like particulate matter in there. I want to hear more of the wah, 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 right? So finding some more separation between the keys is going to be priority number one there. And then finding the right balance once you do that. I think finding the separation first and then the volume balance between those two elements, I think is going to be kind of key. And they don't have to be an ever-present, like they don't have to be at a static value, right? Like you want the keys to be up in the beginning. Maybe they come back down when those, when the synth comes in, right? You just kind of have to play around with this, but think of this as players taking a step forward on the stage to get a little bit more spotlight and then leaning back in their seat a little bit to let their bandmate get a little bit of spotlight, right? And when those things happen, don't be afraid to change positions as well as volume level. It can be as much as like 10 or 15 steps further out to the side sometimes, just to create more space, right, for another player. So I would say that right out the gates. I think the kick could use just a little something to help it stand up. Overdrive trick. Really nice sample, by the way. I love the muted feel. I do think that it needs a little something. Probably target around 4K or so on this one. And I think it will pop in the mix a little bit better, and it should not disrupt that the muted feel that you're going for. Next, I freaking love those mallets. That's all. And I'm really liking the polyrhythmic feel when everything starts coming together around 133. You've actually done a really good job of bringing things, like you've introduced players and then you bring them together, and then you introduce a couple things and you bring them together, and it's nice. I really liked your change up. And again, I just want to call attention to the fact that you've had another level up, sir, and it feels fantastic. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. This just in, Roku does lessons. Also, this just in, it takes freaking weeks to get in with me right now. I have laid most of the clients aside, and I've whittled down private lessons to almost nothing. I apologize to all of you who've been trying to get in. It is nothing personal. Just trying to build the tools of the future here. Yeah, I remember, Heidi, you talked to Yor when he was looking at coming out to BC, which he did. He lived in BC for a while. He's over in Berlin now. Roku, thank you for the love, homie. Thank you. And thanks for being here. Indremia, probably going to be hooking up with Roku. Watch. How many streams do you think from today? How many more streams until Andy shows us his work in Bitwig? It's going to happen. It's going to happen. I remember saying something about Bitwig to Andy a while back. Oh, I didn't even mention the bass. Thank you, Tremties. I didn't even mention the bass. The bass is a little bit wily in a couple of spots, and I would ask you to check the lowest frequency of your sub. You don't need it to go past a certain point. There isn't a whole lot of like thump to like the intention is not to change heartbeats here. So you really don't need anything under 30 for this one. And the more you cut away, the more power you're going to feel. So as soon as you do make that low end cut, you're probably going to feel like the sub or the bass has just been boosted up. So you might need to massage that a little bit. And yeah, that guitar sample is freaking nice in there too. Wait a minute. Aaron, Kwame, do you guys know each other? I love it when communities cross over and connect. That's great. Roku says, my girlfriend came in on your last track, Kwame. She's vibing. And when you get the ladies vibing, you're on point. Yeah. Oh, when you're watching Chris Simon, you watch Chris Gear. Oh, Aaron, it is so good to hear that you are thriving. Thank you for the update. Big love, homie. You are welcome, Kwame. Thank you. Hey, look at that. Heidi's hanging out in Aaron's stream. This is awesome. Awesome. Tremtai says, oh, by the way, just wanted to say that wedding thing I worked on, it made people cry. So mission absolutely accomplished. Dude, Tremtai, that's fantastic. That's awesome. That's awesome. Go get them. Separation like making the keys wider. No, Kwame, thank you for asking. Not a spread, not looking to spread things out to get a wider effect. Separation from each other in the mix. So the best ways to create more separation from each other are, let's say you've got two different instruments in the mix, okay? One of them you could set a little bit further out to the side. Let's say you've got some keys and they're like a piano or something. They're rocking at like maybe 8 to the left or something like that. And then you bring in some keys that are going to be like maybe just barely to the right. And you're trying to get them a little bit more attention. So when that change occurs, you can move this other guy just a little bit to the left if you want and bring it down just a little bit. It's going to be a barely perceivable shift in the mix if it was on its own. In the full mix, though, what it's going to feel like is something else came into the mix and it feels good, right? You're not going to notice anything because it all feels right. So if it feels like something just moved and got turned way down, then you're doing it too much. But if you're making these subtle, tiny moves to help make more room, create more separation, like quite literally greater distance in volume and in distance, like stereo width distance, then the easier it's going to be to identify those two things independently from one another in the mix. And that, my friend, is what we're after, right? You also might want to take a look at the frequencies, right? If there's kind of a buildup of the two sounds, like take a look at your keys and take a look at your piano and where are they with their focus of or distribution of frequencies, right? And if one of them has a slightly different focal point than the other one, then maybe you accent that just slightly and you attenuate it in the other, and it's going to create just a little bit more separation between those two sounds, and so on and so forth. The other thing that I would say is, since we were just talking about bass, go through all of your tracks in your project and whatever low-end frequencies you can roll off of your sounds in like your keys and stuff without taking away any of the life force, do that. And it's going to create a little bit more room for your bass, right? And then when you cut the lowest frequencies away in your bass, everything else is going to feel really nice and tight down low instead of spread. And that's really what you want. It's going to help with the separation and clarity in your entire mix. Yeah. Kwame, you can thank me, but I'm still going to thank you, dude. Weeks, rude. Oh, I'm out here starving us all. Sorry, Ben. Sorry, Ben. Sorry, everybody. No, that's what I'm saying, Tremties. Not even the clients are getting it. I am cutting off all the clients as well. They aren't, it's not easy. It's not fun, you know, to tell these guys, you know, like Native Instruments or even a smaller one like Ghost Hack or something. It's not easy to say, sorry, I don't have time for you no more. Roku, I thought robots could not be offended. Oh, man. Stereotypical, entitled, living flesh and bone humanoids thinking that the robots don't have feelings. This is why they're going to come get us. Hey, playing at Monarch on Friday. Nice, Aaron. Tom typed Chris Gear on YouTube and found a video of Chris that looks eerily close to Jake Gyllenhaal. Oh no, when was that? How many years ago is that? You know, before I started doing the live streams, I went through and I removed a ton of videos. It was well before the live streams actually, because I was about to relaunch the YouTube channel. And start doing a whole bunch of videos for a couple of other companies. And then I decided that, you know, I think actually what I really want is just to have some down chill time and do live streams again. And then I was like, I kind of sort of wish I hadn't deleted all those videos now, but oh well. I still have the intention of like putting out fresh stuff at some point. You will not leave your Ableton, says Andremia. Well, that's the only thing that Andremia uses is the sampler. Roku saying, I do miss the FM section on the sampler from Ableton, though. Bitwig sampler doesn't have that. Yeah. Ah. Right on, right on. Yeah, Twitch is just a small world when it comes right down to it. You guys know each other from Chris Simon's stream. Got it. Hey, Zeep is in the house. And thank you for the belated birthday wish. I do appreciate it. Y'all are freaking fantastic. You guys already maxed out the hype train and everything. Trailer, have a good one, dude. Thanks for spending so much time with us. Trem ties, panning. All right, Roku. I think I've got more stuff to catch up on over here besides just yours. So let's switch back over to the Discord and see who else is dropping stuff in there. Kwame, thank you. You legend too. Beep boop, world domination. Can you use beer in recipes? Yes, you can. Absolutely. Yeah, you know what else syncs up really nicely with other DAWs right now, Tom? Audio Design Desk. I'm just saying. All right, here we go. I'm seriously not trying to sell it to any of you until we get full MIDI implementation. But anyone who's doing just sound design for screen, for sync stuff, hit me up. because it is a serious game changer from right now. Okay, so this one's from Tremties. Okay, so I'm not a guitar guy, but I like composing rock stuff from time to time. One thing, I feel like the rhythm and lead don't contrast enough, and I'm battling some highs in the cymbals, for example. Also, complete vibe shift from the rest. Haha. Okay, cool. So this is an anime theme thing. Rough mix from Tremties. This is fun, dude. I think the bass can come up a little bit. I think the drums need a little bit of oomph, which you can totally accomplish through some saturation and a little compression, I think. It's a highly thematic theme, like our track. It sounds like this is some kind of I don't know, it sounds like a show or something from the 90s. Okay, so I'd also pick a side for the lead and a pick a side for the rhythm, move them further out from center, which will give more room for the drums. And then beef up those drums, and I think the whole thing really starts to feel a bit more impressive, right? It would have more impact. I think the other thing is that you can saturate the guitars just a little bit more too. You'd be surprised exactly what you can accomplish with just a cabinet and an amp. This is the type of guitar sound that I think should be treated old school. So I'd run this through an amp and crank up the drive just a little bit on them, and see what that sounds like. Are the drums fully in the box? Yes, I was going to say, okay, I didn't want to get all crazy, but you were thinking Street Fighter games or something, right? And the very first thing that came into my head, and I don't know why, because I didn't even watch it, was like Power Rangers or something like that. It's got this highly thematic kind of a thing, and it feels like it's something that multiple characters could be introduced over the top of. That's what it felt like to me. Oh yeah, the conversation about beer in food is unfolding here. I will share my thoughts. I was actually the executive chef for a brewing company for all the high end fine dining establishments over the years, so I can share some thoughts there. Anyway, my comment about are the drums fully in the box or not is just more leading to they sound really good. There are a couple of fills though that I wish ended just a little bit differently, a little bit more organically. But I'm assuming that these were all virtual drums, and if so, freaking kudos because they sound good. Yeah, okay, so I think that's pretty much it on the feedback for this one, honestly. And it looks like people in here are digging it too. Yeah, and other people were picking up on the kind of video game cartoon kind of thing as well. Yeah, good stuff, man. Big ups. What type of food is beer used as an ingredient? Okay, so most commonly, Saf, and I just say most commonly because there's always going to be exceptions to the rule, but poaching liquids and marinades are like the two most common. Flavor additive in it's like an enriching element kind of in sauces and stews and soups, right? So like fondues or whatever. You just kind of let them have some time to cook out and marry with the other flavors, and it adds a ton of depth the same exact way that a wine would. But it's all grain based, right? So it has a fully different effect on the overall profile of whatever you're cooking. It can also be fairly good as like a deglazing agent too, if you're using it in the right kind of situations, right? You can use darker, more full-bodied beers when you're cooking with, like rich or gamey meats. But typically you'd be spending time further up the spectrum of beers in the lighter areas. That said, I've had really, really good success with both porters and stouts making desserts. They both team up well with chocolate and coffee. So they make great ice cream, sorbets, chocolates, fillings, that type of stuff. Allegromancer, welcome in. Yeah, seriously, you could see this as like a fight theme or a villain theme. Good stuff. Yeah, I would agree with this. Yeah. Yep. I use beer when making tacos with chicken, says Tom, becomes super rich and hoppy. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You could also just use like a super, super thin, cheap lager type thing and deglaze for like fajitas and stuff like that. And it actually works really well. And then squeeze a little citrus on top, a little lime on the way out. Legromancer says, hey, OhmLab, can I ask a follow-up question on feedback you gave me a few weeks back? Yeah, of course you can. Of course you can. Beer makes a good batter too. Yeah, it does. Absolutely. Guinness is a big one. I can imagine that it is, Zach. Guinness and everything. Yeah, it is gassy and makes the coating floofy, especially, little trick, if you drag your stuff through a little bit of cornstarch before you start the entire process. Just a little pro tip. It gets a little less that kind of doughy buildup that you get sometimes with like a beer batter when it's just a little bit too thick. Anyway. So Allegromancer, what is your follow-up question, homie? And then we've got another one here from Roku. So you had mentioned adding overdrive to the snare around 7K. I took a look through plugins I have that do distortion overdrive, and it looks like that none of them have the option to make effect frequency specific. Ah, okay. What DAW are you using? because I will recommend this this trick every single time. There are ways. Okay, so you're using Reason. And what are your favorite plugins for saturation and distortion? Tremties, take care, brother. Well, there you go. Boom. Roku says, try this. There you go. Yeah, you know, there are also ways in which you can use certain synths or samplers as effects plugins as well. So I think that like if you do have something in one of your tools that you do really like the sound of, and you're very accustomed to it, like you're very, very familiar with it, so you can get pretty much anything out of it that you want, then go with that. But if you don't have one, okay, so you're a noob when it comes to mixing, won't lie, can't say I have a favorite. Okay. Do you have, let's just run through a quick list of plugins that you might have. Do you have, oh, wait, hold on a second. Doesn't Reason have, what are we in, like Reason 11 now? Oh, wait, hold on. Okay, so here, oh no, this is just the frequency filter. I want to say that there is something inside of Reason. It's not the foldback. Okay. Let's see what the free guitar rig has inside of it for overdrive. I'd look at mine, but mine's the full one, so I can't really tell. Amps and effects. Let's check this really quick. Modulation, distortion. Screamer. Oh, that's the only one? Damn it. Yeah, starting with the one that Roku sent through is probably a good place to start, but I would run a couple of searches, maybe even on like Plugin Boutique or something like, oops. We'll go free on this. In my experience, the simpler, the better. Voxango might have a decent one. Actually, I do remember Shattered Glass Audio having some decent sound output. I guess we are kind of slim on just overdrive. Well, someone needs to put out a really great simple overdrive then. Okay, cool. Yeah, even in the free version of Guitar Rig, Roku's saying they have decent overdrives. Oh, right, of course, because you can amp, of course, yeah. Like I was saying before. Lots of sounds can be achieved just by using the gain or the drive inside of amps, and it gives you the classic sound that a lot of people feel is a lot more complicated than it really is. So I would go there. Stuff with too many controls is too confusing. No idea where to start. Yeah, okay, so there's on the Native Instruments site, there's 2 different versions of Kontakt, Reaktor, and Guitar Rig. And just make sure that you get the player version. Ooh, and Zach is tossing a couple more into the chat there as well. And if you still don't find a good one, come back again and ask again, and we'll see if we can find something together. All right, so this is from Roku. This is the track that was that initialized my idea for the EP. But in terms of its textures, I feel it might not even end up on it. Isn't it funny how that works? It's also not mixed, but this one is almost close to finished. I'm not sure about the build-up after the breakdown, and still needs to have the trumpets and trombones on it. If it doesn't end up on the EP, I'll release it on Spotify, because the EP is going to be an NFT. Nice choice. Excellent. All right, let's check this. Good luck in the hunt, Allegromancer. Keep us posted, so I'm sure other people will want to know what you settled on. Let's go back and listen to those big tacos really quick before we get into all this feedback here. I think it's more than that. I think it's more than just the verb, because they're actually fairly present. It's more the processing on that. They're in direct conflict with the synth. That big synth is also kind of burying the kick. So it could just be a matter of the synth being in the wrong position and the wrong level. Yes, and changing the mic position on them would help, I think. I think they feel a bit removed in their capture, so yes. But I do love like the noisy texture in them. But when they are hitting at the same exact time as that synth, it translates as noise accents and not drum hits. That's what I would say to that. Yeah, so not just mic position, but position in the mix might also be a thing. Yeah. All right, cool. Let's dip into this. I think the heartbeat kicks could stand to come up just a touch in the beginning. Here, let's just play it really quick. It's easier just to hear it. Okay, right here. Yeah, here they are. Okay, so there's this music that starts to come in here. Yeah, I think that the kicks can come up just a little bit, those heartbeat kicks, and I think that we could cut out a little bit of the sub that's on it. It feels a little spread down low. Really dig that build. And I love the crunchy bits up here. Where are we at 2 minutes? I think it's like right about here. These little crunchy bits up here. Love them. There they are. Yeah, just really nice clarity and definition up high. And you're right, this track does have a different feel to it. I think that some of the swells that you've got in here, those synth swells, I think that they could handle either delay or reverb sprays. Nothing consistent, nothing that anyone could predict. Maybe just once or twice in the entirety of the entire mix. But I think that they could handle it and that it would actually kind of translate well. Your change up at 429 is just absolutely brilliant. Just drop right down to the floor. It's awesome. And yeah, we already mentioned the horns, and we already talked about the perks coming through more as noise. And they do get just a bit buried, those perks at 623. Again, the kick is also getting buried there. I think those two are suffering from the same problem, which is the synth. So you might want to take a look at the at that synth, this guy. It might just be a bit too much happening all at once down there. Felt it lurking. Yep, some side chaining might help. Yeah, the main bass stabs. Yep. Yeah, there's a little bit of stuff in there, but I'm sure that, I mean, all of your stuff always sounds great. You're going to get in there. You're going to figure out exactly what you need to do there. But that's what we're hearing. Dude, these are great. These are great. And I agree with you. I think that this one probably ends up as a single on its own, or a little EP or something. I think that the other stuff has a thing, and this sits just outside of it. It's funny how that works, right? The thing that sparks the thing ends up not being in the thing. Classic. Classic. All right. Do we have anything else in the Discord? You know what? We've gone hours. We've gone a few hours. We haven't even made anything in the DAW today. All we did was chat and catch up and listen to music. Zach says, I reckon there's a double album on the way, huh? Tom says, out of topic, but tomorrow I'm going to a black metal bar and their motto is Hail Pizza, Eat Seat. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Saf is saying, me like deep house music, especially old stuff from the Double O's. Yeah, right? Right? Yeah, it was pretty choice at that period. Zach is saying your feedback is so great though, Chris. Oh, thank you. Roku says, haha, yeah, I've got 2 more tracks in the works and one more just started for on the EP. The dance track inspired the idea of going very small and very big on a micro macro level as well. Yeah. Yeah, that is awesome. Hail Pizza, Eat Satan. Oh, that's hilarious. That is hilarious. I don't even know where to start with all of the thank yous. But let's see what I can see here. I just feel like we've been going for a few hours and I feel like you guys need a little shout out here. DJ Empirical, Saffron Works, Masters by Iggy, Kwame Brown, and Andremia, all of you gifted subs today, and I appreciate you guys so very much. I know we talk about this sometimes, about how, I mean, ain't nobody on the music side of things getting rich on Twitch. You know, the US, I think it's like US and Canada, one other one, Australia, maybe something like that, all have like the $5 subscription is like the base still. Everybody else got taken down, right? And that trickles down to the streamers. So I think, you know, it's like $2 or less on average is what you're getting for a sub. So I don't think anyone is here for the money. And I know I've mentioned it before, my days are so jam-packed. My weeks are so over the top full that I consider these streams to be my break time for those days. So I just want to say that I really do appreciate you guys. And I missed you the last couple of weeks. And I'm kind of bummed that I didn't get to spend as much time talking with you guys through the month about the like the Warped Arps 1 pack and what you guys have been working on and keeping the feels alive throughout the month to make it to the end of the month, right? Keep you guys inspired. So for what it's worth, I appreciate you guys and I hate fucking COVID. And that's what I got to say about that. It's good to be back. It's good to be back with you guys. Yeah, right, Michael? Thanks to Kwame Brown for the gift sub, right? Yeah, and the birthday hype train. Yeah, exactly. Die, COVID, die, right? Yeah. Oh, well, that's so nice of Twitter to just let me know that on my home screen for some random reason. I never really actually use Twitter all that much other than to tell people that I'm going live or whatever. But Twitter just told me on my home screen that that R. Kelly has just been found guilty in the federal trial. So I guess there's multiple wins today, right? Happy birthday, Chris. You're 17, right? No, dude. No, dude. I can drink. I'm like 23. Easily. Right? Easily. Well, wait, no, that causes a problem. that causes a problem because I think I have a lot of stuff floating out there that is older than 23. So that's probably not going to work. Right? Took 15 years, that court case, right? Well, you know, when you have a lot of money and you live in the United States, I think anything is possible legally for you, unfortunately. Yep, that's the way that that goes. Oh, guilty. Guilty of what? Guilty of... That's a good question. I really don't want to click through to this right now while I'm on stream. But the dude's a freaking sexual predator. So I'm sure that's sex trafficking. I'm sure that sexual endangerment, sexual abuse, rape. I'm sure the list goes on and on and on. But parking violations. Oh my goodness. Yeah, peeing on people. Yeah, he's got some stuff. Dude needs to work through some stuff without other people present. Parking of a different kind. Oof, right? Oh my goodness. Okay, you guys, help me pick out where we're going next. We need to start a raid. Yeah, issues, right? Oh yeah, we get your drift, Tom. We get your drift. Violating parking. Oh, Becky's up. Let's go say hi to Becky. Let's go say hi. Doobie doobie doo. What a nice return today. You guys are the best. I'll be back again this week. Wednesday and Friday at the very least. Orchestra music is awesome too. How about we split the difference? Let's go say hi to Becky today because it's been a couple of weeks since I've even seen her, and we can check in, and then on the next one out, we'll do the orchestra music if he's still on. Ooh, and Jangoza music. Okay. I'm gonna snapshot these. I'm gonna screenshot these so I can remember these. And I'm gonna add them to my follow list and go check them out. And in the meantime, we're gonna go visit Becky. Y'all can give her a bunch of love. See how she's feeling. See how she's doing. Has she moved into her new place yet? I have so many questions. All right, kitty cats. I will see you on the flip. Thanks for spending your Monday with me. Love you guys. Peace out.
Early. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear OhmLab. Happy birthday to you. Yeah, get the. Yeah. Yeah, let's go. How old are you? How old are you? You're old. How old are you? Yeah. How was your stream? How was your birthday stream? Did you rinse it? Did you milk it? It's my birthday, guys. It's my birthday, guys. Older than me. Are you sure? Are you absolutely sure? How was the stream? Tell me how the stream was. Did get the hype train going. Actually, do you know what? I'm not going to use Sarah. Hype train on a music production stream now. That is an achievement. That is an achievement. We're going to go with Vital. I'm switching it up purely because Vital has more. oscillators. Level 5! I wasn't on for nearly 2 weeks. What happened? Got a level 5 hype train. Right, factory, basic shapes. Sub vids. Hello. Hello, hello. Let's go with this. Oh no, wait, I was going to do a sine wave. So 2 sine waves. Now, I've not used this harmonic editor, so I don't know. Ooh, hello. Let's try this. I wish I could see them both on the screen at the same time. How do you make this smaller? Not that much smaller. Not that much smaller. Oh my days. That's silly. Hello guys, we're using Vital.